Morning friend, I am Mr. Gundhar Chaugle. Today we have to discuss the different types of testing on the underground cables. What are the different types of fault occurs, and we have to find the different we have to apply the different test on the cable to find out the fault location. For that purpose we have to testing the underground cable with the help of Murray loop test, DC charge and DC discharge test for open circuit fault location, face-to-face fault test for short circuit fault location, follow potential test for earth fault location of the underground cable. We have to find that location, and last one is the capacity test and induction test in order to find the fault location of the cable. Then you have to discuss details about the different tests carried out on the underground cable. Then first one is the Murray loop test. The Murray loop test is performed for finding out the exact position of the fault cable to be repaired without digging the whole root trench. It is based upon the principle of Weston's bridge, and bridge maker is used for this purpose. This Murray loop test is useful in the location on earth fault in the cable of short length having a low resistance. The fault is in the form of a leakage path between the core of the cable and its covering. This is usually due to the deterioration or damage of the insulations of the cable. The connection diagram of Murray loop test is as shown in figure, which is similar to the Weston's bridge connection. CD is the healthy cable here, and EF is the faulty cable run along the same route. Then battery, which is apply current for the test. The return path for the current is through the earth fault at point P, that is at point F there will be fault will be occurs. At the end of two ends of the cable, that is B and D and F, are joined for thick wire link for negligible resistance. Then meter is connected in the total length of the cable, and the distance of fault and the test end X meter. Assuming that two cables having the cross section area having same and having same resistance, that is R ohm per meter, the rate resistance between the point C and D is the resistance between the point F and A is 2L minus X R ohm. Between C and F is X R ohm, and P and Q are the decayed resistance box. The bridge is balanced by varying these two resistances, that is P and Q. At under balance condition, the resistance will be P upon Q is equal to 2L minus X into R divided by XR. From that we have to find the value of X, that is 2L into Q divided by P plus Q. During the conducting the Murray loop test, we have to taking some precautions. For carrying out the Murray loop test, the only requirement is that all the core conductors should be of same cross section area. In the high voltage cable, a high voltage DC is applied to the bridge network circuit. We have to discuss the second test, that is DC charge and discharge test for open circuit fault location. This is the image we have to shown here, and the faulty cable we have to show, and there will be one breakdown will be occurs, that is open conductor will be present. This test is applied for locating broken core with the high resistance to the earth. To proceed for this test, charge the cable with a battery for very short time, say as a 50 seconds, then discharge it through a moving coil galvanometer we have to connect it here, and repeat the test at the other end of the similar reading, and the distance of the fault cable from the end A is given by deflection from point A divided by deflection from point A plus deflection from point B into root length. During the performance of this test, earth all the broken core at the far end, and also other core, expect the core to be tested to take out the correct reading. The next test is a face-to-face fault test for short circuit fault location of the underground cable, and this test will be conducted with the help of Megger. Check with the Megger for each conductor for insulation resistance between two conductors and also conductor to earth. We already discussed what is the Megger, what is the use of Megger to measure the insulation resistance between the two conductors or conductor to earth, or in case of machine we have to consider that three-phase machine. With the help of Megger we can measure the insulation resistance between the one phase and body of the machine, as well as similarly between the two phases we can measure the insulation resistance. Similar way, testing between the two cables, if short circuited will indicate the 0 reading, already we have to discuss. If there will be sufficient reading, then it will be indicate the something value. If the conductor is earthed, then testing between the conductor to earth will be show less resistance in comparison to sound conductor. If two phases are short circuited, then the fault point can be located by the formula we have to shown here, that is P divided by Q is equal to R divided by S is equal to 12 minus X divided by X plus S. Here we have to showing the short circuit point G is earthed and L is the length of the sound conductor, then P, Q, R and S, these are the resistances. By varying the resistance P, we can balance the bridge. When the bridge is balanced, then galvanometer shows the 0 reading. Then we have to get the value of that is short circuit fault point from the test point. Then we have to discuss the earth fault location, how to find the earth fault location for underground cable. For that purpose, fall-off potential test will be used for finding the earth fault location. The circuit diagram will be as shown in figure. Then the circuit will be arranged to perform this test will be shown here. We have to connect the ammeter and voltmeter and battery and variable resistance as shown in figure. Then let the reading we have to taken across the faulty cable, that is V1. Then across the sound cable we have to measure the voltage, that is V2. Then the fault point distance can be given by, we have to shown here formula, that is X is equal to L into V1 divided by V1 plus V2, where L is the total length of the looped cable we have to shown here. Ammeter is used for measuring the current and variable resistance is used to adjust the current through the cable. See, there will be at one end jumper is present. Above the jumper there will be a sound cable is present. Sound cable is nothing but the good cable, and below the jumper there will be a faulty cable is present and something having resistance will be present, and the fault will be occurs on that faulty cable. During the performance of this test, the value of current should be maintained in the circuit with the help of resistance properly. We have to discuss the next test for locating the open circuit fault in a cable. For that purpose, we have to use the capacity test. When insulation of the faulty core is high, The principle of this method is to compare the capacity of faulty core with one which sound one, that is good cable or standard condenser. The fault core is charged to a certain voltage and the charge is released by discharging through the moving coil galvanometer. Then a deflection of the instrument is noted very carefully, and in the similar manner the sound core of the cable is charged and discharged. Duration of the charging however maintained same in the both the test. The distance of break can be determined with the help of formula, that is distance break is equal to A divided by B into length of the cable. A is the deflection of the galvanometer of the faulty core and B is the deflection of the galvanometer on sound core. For locating the open circuit fault with a low insulation resistance, the bridge test is also adopted. The capacity test is used to find out the open circuit fault in the underground cable without digging the total system or trench. Next test will be the induction test will be carried out on the underground cable. In this test, high frequency alternating current or interrupted DC current is passed into the faulty cable. A surge coil made up of number of turns of the fine wire is carried out over the faulty cable. The surge coil is usually made up of triangular in shape and fitted with a headphone. The headphone picks up the audible hum while carrying out over the faulty cable. The humming sound is stopped suddenly as soon as the surge coil is carried out beyond the fault cable. See the friend, whenever the cable is present and we have to passing the current through that, the conductor or cable, it produces the magnetic flux around the conductor, and suppose we have to carry out the surge coil over the cable, then the flux will be linked with that surge coil and the humming sound we have to obtain. If you have to move at the broken point, means current is not passed through the other point. At that point there will be no flux is present, and because of that no magnetic flux is present on that point, and because of that no humming sound is obtained in the surge coil, and we have to obtain the exact point of the broken point of the conductor. This particular method is suitable for locating the fault in non-sheathed cables, and since armoring of the cable shield, the magnetic field no current will be induced in the surge coil and no audible sound will be heard. Therefore, this test will be unsuitable for locating the fault spot in the core of the armored and PILC cables. Sometimes the headphone catches the disturbance created by the other sources. So, precautions we have to taken properly against such disturbances while we have to conducting the test. Otherwise, error will be produced in the results, and we have to wrong test will be conducted on the cable. Friend, in this video we have to see the different tests, that is 5 to 6 tests. First one, that is Murray loop test for earth fault location fault, then DC charge and discharge test for open circuit fault point location, then face to face fault test for short circuit fault location we have to find in the underground cable, then follow up potential test will be used for earth fault location, we have to find the earth fault in the underground cable. Then capacity test is also used to find out the open circuit fault present in the cable, and induction test is also used for finding out the open circuit fault in the cable. This is the summary of various types of tests you have to conducting on the underground cable. We have to somewhat discussing related to the maintenance of underground cable. Particularly or practically, we have to know maintenance is required on the underground cable after the making the annual inspection. But some special points we have to check the or properly maintained of the underground cable is very necessary. For that purpose, the terminal box should be carefully inspected. If there is any sign of leakage or impregnating oil, then we have to take proper maintenance on that. On all types of cables, periodic inspection and insulation resistance tests should be made regularly. For that purpose, we have to checking the insulation between the cable or between the core. Then we have to checking the excessive cable temperature, because the temperature will be affecting on the insulation properties of the cable. So, if increase the temperature beyond the value set value, then it will be hazardous to the insulation resistance of the cable. As well as overheating of the cable will cause decoloration, as well as we have to check if any accumulation of water in the cable ducts, because this water will be affecting on the insulation property of the cable, as well as moisture content will be affects on the insulation present in the cable. We have to check any dripping of water, oil or the other liquid on the cable, because again it will be affecting on the insulation property. Then we have to check for any indication of insulation swelling, then corrosion of lead sheath, we have to check that. Then check should be made for the any excessive mechanical stress which may caused during the laying of the cable, because the mechanical stress it will be breaks the cable. So, we have to check it that properly. Then insulation resistance test, the cable is tested with the measure. Both the ends of the cable should be disconnected from the supply and the equipment terminals, and the test is made between the one conductor and earth by one by one we have to check that. And overall insulation resistance will be given by the insulation resistance per meter length divided by the length of the cable in meter. So, maintenance is also a very important part is related to the underground cable. So, we have to maintain the cable in proper operating condition, or we have to maintain the system very reliable, or we have to maintain the system very stably. So, thank you friends. These are the different points that is testing and maintenance of underground cable we have to discuss. Thank you.